welcome back to Ford Off-Road version 2.0. Why is it version 2.0? Well, because I have a new motorbike. So for 2024, I wanted to do a little bit of racing, a little bit of hard enduro, a little bit of cross-country racing, like properly, not just with my mates in the bush. And the WR was just straight up too heavy for that. So I've got a new bike, specifically bought to do those events with, and still have some fun in the bush. Just going to fit some new parts to it now. Anyway, here it is. So here's my new bike for 2024. Is that right? So this is my new bike for 2024, a Yamaha YZ250X. And right now I'll explain why I bought this bike and not one of the Austrian two-strokes. So this is a brand new YZ250X 2024 model. Even though it's December 2023, you can get them a little bit early. The reason that I've gone with a YZ over, say, a KTM, a Husky, a Gas, Beta, all the Italian and Austrian, European brand bikes is purely because I like Yamahas. So my WR450 had 112 hours or 4,500 kilometers. In that entire time, I had not had one issue with the entire bike. So for reliability, hands down, it has to be a Yamaha for me. It's also a hell of a lot cheaper than a KTM. So the KTM retail here in Australia for a registered KTM 300 two-stroke is between $16,000 to $17,000. And that's a hell of a lot when you're going to throw it in the dirt the first time you come off. Like, if it's a road bike, fair enough. If it's a dirt bike, that's a hell of a lot of money just to crash, just to throw it at the ground, jump over logs, do all sorts of stuff on it. The Yamaha is a lot cheaper. You can put a lot of extras on your Yamaha for the same price as an Austrian bike. Of course, it doesn't have electric start. The theory I'm going with is if you don't stall it, you don't need to start it. We'll see how long that lasts for, but if it does get too annoying starting because I want to do some hard enduro stuff, there is aftermarket kits available. And even with the aftermarket kit, this bike is still cheaper than a KTM. The other thing is that it's carbied and premix. I don't mind that because there's no oil pump to shit itself. It is a pretty tall bike. I am going to have to lower it. I'm just about to set the suspension up to suit my weight. But look at it, I mean, YZ250X. These things have been almost unchanged since 2005, which means they have the formula perfect. There's a reason that they haven't changed them. Being a 250X, it has a wide ratio gearbox. The pipe's a little bit more tucked up and shaped for a little bit more low-end power. I think it makes a couple less horsepower at different RPMs. And you get an 18-inch rear wheel instead of a 19. But it's almost the same bike as a YZ250 race bike. The things I'm going to do to it before I go for a ride, I've got a bash plate, an Acrobus bash plate, some AXP radiator braces, and a tugger pull strap for the front. That's all I'm going to do, just basic stuff. I'm going to test it in the bush, exactly how it is, and then I'll make some changes and adjustments. So I am probably going to have to lower this. As you can see, I'm just on my toes. On my toes on the seat. I like to be flat-footed. Yamahas are known for being a tall bike. They're based on an MX bike, not a hard enduro bike, which is why they're a bit higher up. Nothing that's not easily changeable. Another reason why I decided to go with a two-stroke instead of a four-stroke is simply the weight factor. So my WR450 was 117 kilos without fuel in it. This is reported by Yamaha is 104 kilos completely full of fuel. And when you're throwing it over rocks and up hills, that is a massive difference. I'm super keen to get out in the bush and give this thing a go on the hills. We're going this weekend to do some single trails near Myrtleford, me and Lewis. Give it a test out. When I come back, I'll decide what I like, what I don't like, do some tuning, change some things. I've also got some other exciting things coming in the mail, something that I've wanted on my WR for years. And I'm going to test them. I thought, new bike, why not start with them from the start? So I'm going to test it on this bike. So plans for the channel this year. I'm going to be doing some hard enduro races. I'm going to be doing some cross-country races, specifically the Victorian Hard Enduro Series and the Victorian Cross Country Series. Racing's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be crap at it, but I'm going to give it a crack. Can't win if you don't try it. So this year, or 2024, there will be regular uploads of dirt bike riding, dirt bike maintenance, things like that. I'm going to hopefully be able to video all the races that I'm going to do so you can see that. See how much I suck compared to the other guys. And we'll see if the YZ250X stands up against the European manufacturers. So make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to find out how this thing goes. I'm keen to find out how it goes, push the bike, push myself. To be honest, the bike is much more capable than I am, but you've got to learn somehow, don't you? I'm just going to get stuck into fitting a couple of parts that I have to go on it, bash plate, some radiator braces and a pull strap, and then we're going for a ride on the weekend. So, first impression of this bike are that I love it. It's a little bit too tall, but that's easily fixable. I'm going to own this bike for a fair while. So I'm going to be giving I'll probably give a 20-hour review, a 50-hour review, and then maybe a year review when I get to that. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel to check that stuff out. So if you want to see that, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel for all the future content. See you around.